Hey, Stars and Stripes RC here with you this evening. Really excited tonight, guys. Got my 90 millimeter Super Scorpion in. I've talked to my FMS contact. Golly, it must have been a year ago. This thing was out of stock then and had been for a long time. I talked to her about when the Super Scorpion was going to come back out, and she had told me then, a year ago, that it was going to be coming out again this month. And so I'm really excited to see this one come back, especially now with the new camo scheme. The one they sent me is the orange, which is not a big deal. I like the orange. It'd be very visible in the air. But I will eventually get the camo version because I have plans for Cali Graphics to do some stuff for that one. So hopefully I'll have one by hopefully the end of this month. We'll see. I had the version 1 years ago, and it was an awesome flying sport jet. So I'm sure this one will be the same, probably as far as the 6S. This is the 6S version, which that's what I wanted because I have an 8S power system in the wings that I can, put in this one or the camo, either one, if I choose to fly it on 8S. So yeah, this one will be very easy to track in the air. I need to mention it got a lot of comments on that version 1 that I had way back. Got a lot of comments on it at the field and a lot of head turns. So I know the version 2 as well will, especially now that it has again the camo scheme on it. Both are excellent representations of the Super Scorpion. So the features are new, improved CNC machine trailing link struts, shock absorbing, obviously, trailing link struts. It's available in both 6S, which is the 1950 kV, and the 8S, which is the 1500 kV. The retracts do come with lock rotor mode and overcurrent protection. Has quick connects on the wings, ball links on all surfaces. Both 6S and 8S come with 120 amp ESC, so there's no switching out the ESC if you go from 6S to 8S, just the power system, which is sold separately. The wingspan on this is 44.9 inches. Length is 52 inches. It has 5 13-gram and 4 23-gram high precision, all metal gear. These are all metal gear digital servos, and comes with reverse thrust capability. The CG on this one calls for 150 to 160 millimeters from the leading edge, suggests a 6S, 5,000 to 6,000 for the 6S version. And for the 8S version, they recommend a 5,000 to 5,500 milliamp. I used 2 4-cell 5,000s in series with the 90 millimeter Avanti, so that's what I'll be doing with this if I fly it on 8S. Which I have 2 4S 5,000s that RC Battery sent me for when I do fly it on 8S. 6S 6,000 and 6S 5,000s. So I've got plenty of battery power thanks to RC Battery. I also want to note that hopefully I will be receiving some afterburners from 5280RC. So watch for a link for them as well in my description, as well as my discount codes to FMS and a link to RC Battery. They have some really nice afterburners. I've got one in my BAE Hawk, and just recently one in my 70 millimeter Avani, and they really shine. You can really see them really good during the day when you're out flying your jets. So thank you 5280 RC for your support as well. So let's get into the box. I want to see now the orange scheme on the orange one is different than what was on the version 1. So there's a difference there as far as the orange version goes. I'll just start here with the wing spar. Got a nice carbon fiber spar for the wings. Looking at one of the wing panels, the paint on it is really nice from what I'm seeing so far. This is just part of your new trim scheme. The decals are peel and stick. They have nice servo plates over the servos for servicing your servos a lot easier. Again, you see the ball links. Again, I always mention the screws that hold the balls on the control horns, which I'll be replacing with my screws and nuts. The ailerons have a 3-point nice pin hinge type surface there. The gear, really nice, good size. It'll do really well on manicured grass. Plus the fact that the ball bearings in there, this is going to have a long rollout and should be really smooth. The flaps are foam hinges. So what I'll do is I'll take some foam hinge tape, and I'll just run a piece on each side here just to reinforce that foam hinge, just in case that foam hinge comes loose for any reason. Looking at the top, I'm liking how they accented this orange color with the silver on the ailerons and flaps, and on the leading edge here. Should be a really nice looking jet in the air. Again, your decal on the top of the wing, peel and stick, and then a little decal here as well. The leading portion of the wing that meets with the fuselage is a plastic piece here and in the back. Looking at the second wing panel, same as the other, basically the same. Do note that these are metal trunnion retracts and should be very strong. Another note on the ailerons, the control horns are backed with the plates and screws. I'm really liking to see that. I would hope that FMS would do more of that on possibly the smaller jets or all of the jets, because it just adds a little extra security to that. Let me get my cutter here. Thought I had all this cut. We're going to take a look at the cockpit, the canopy. You know, that's a nice pilot for a sports jet. I'm hoping that FMS will start putting maybe a different pilot figure in some of these instead of using the same one. But but it's a really nice pilot nonetheless. Has a little bit of a sticker on the instrument panel there. I like how they do the pilot and put this on the bottom with screws to secure it instead of just gluing that in there. I've had many of these pilot figures come loose because they were glued in, and then now you got to take off the canopy to re-glue that down. Got your control horns, or excuse me, your control rods and screws in there. All right, looking at one of your elevator halves. Again, all painted except for the little decal here. Again, the paint on it is just flawless. Again, on the elevator halves, you have the back plates for the control horns, and also your 3-point pin hinge type pin hinge in these as well. You're going to have some really smooth movement out of these surfaces with those hinges on there instead of them putting a foam hinge on stuff like this. Got your other elevator half, same as the other. Again, noting the covers. These servos, they fit in a plastic tray type thing, and this plate is what actually holds them in. So very nice to have that instead of them being glued in and having to dig them out of there if you have to replace a servo. That would be something else I would suggest to FMS to do on all of their jets, 64 millimeter and up, so that you're not having to try to dig those out, break that glue to service that. Okay, got one of your rudders here. Pretty plain on the inside, painted orange. Again, nice finish. And the nice hinges in the rudders as well. Looking at the outside portion of it, I'm liking the nice sticker up top with the scorpion on the outside of the rudders. That's really cool. The other rudder, same as the other one. Again, with the nice decals. I am not seeing any flaws whatsoever in this so far. Just really, really nice finish on this stuff. I got this late, actually, and the reason being they were waiting for a container to get to the U.S. warehouse. So this one is, I would say, hot off the presses. Got your instruction manual. The big part. Got your fuselage here. You can see the size of that. Nice decal here on the top of the spine of the fuselage. I'm really, really liking it. Looking at the bottom, same thing. Nice touch. This is really, really going to look really nice in the air. Got a little bit of cooling here where your nose gear is. You can see your air intakes on both sides here. Plenty of air will be able to go in there. Got your FMS decal here on the back on both sides with another touch here on the side. I'm really glad they came back out with this. And as well on the fuselage on your where your wings meet up, they have a plastic piece on the leading and tail section here for rigidness, which is really nice. Nice 88 decal here. I'm going to have to ask my contact what the 88 is supposed to represent. Looking inside, got your EC5 connector. Love it. Plenty of room here, guys, for either 6S or 8S here. Plenty of room. Plenty of room for a receiver. I may run extensions here because these are kind of short. So I may run some small extensions from this point up, probably 4 or 5 inch, whatever, and put my receiver up front here with my satellite running to the back. Plenty of space here, guys. This is huge. So that's really nice. It's really tough when you got these little 70 millimeter jets like the F-18 or the F-16, and you can barely get your hand in there to place a battery, much less get it strapped in. So plenty of room there. So I'm really happy to have this. I'm really lucky to be able to be in the position I'm in with FMS, and not just FMS, but RC battery, 5280 RC. To have such great supporters. So I'm really blessed to have that. And again, so glad that got the 90 millimeter Super Scorpion back out. Thanks for watching.